race for the top 6 out in the Championship is even ever closer. And who's going to be in the driving seat after match day number 38? We're going to take a little look at it right here, right now. And of course, what are we, folks? We are live. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at match day number 38 out in the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Championship related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here under Warowski. That's right. Now, before we jump into it, hello, Charlie Ensign, Jack Harvey. We're the early boys today, nice and early. Yesterday we were a little bit late, but today we're nice and early. But before we jump into the old predictions, I want a big shout out to my Patreons. Yes, I do have another one. We make number 10. Hopefully, hang on a minute. Number 10 Patreon. He's in the gang. So there's a big shout out to Daniel Meller. That's right, who became a La Patreon just yesterday. So big respect to him. He joins the likes of Russell Frost, No Code Drinker, Tom Beresford, John Spurn, Tom Clark, Aztec Marking Me Mark, Constable 1976, Mitchell Schoen, and of course Cody Cahoe, who is in the house, brother. Cody Cahoe's in the house. Biaga Muller's in the house as well. So we are going to go for it. Right here, right now, Okachowu Narumka is also here. So let's take a look at it, how we all got on last time out in the Championship. I'll tell you what, folks, it has been absolute terrible week of predictions for me, especially in Le Championship. So let's take a look at it. These are the results from last week. 0-3, you're in the poop face gang. That's me. I'm in there. I'm telling you that right here, right now. I'm in there. 4-6, you're in the straight face club. 7+, you're in the top banana. We got Imran Karwara as well. What will happen in the match between West Ham and Wolves? Take a look at yesterday's, boys. Yeah, take a look at yesterday's stream. Yep, the Man City game and Arsenal game has been postponed. And yeah, the owner of Nottingham Forest has the coronavirus. And he also owns Olympiacos. I think he owns someone else as well. I don't know. He gets about a bit. So we don't know what's going to go on with the Forest game. But anyway, it looks like it was all chaos with them anyway. As they took on Millwall on Friday previous, they lost 3-0 in the end. Actually saw 3 goals in it. I saw it going 2-1 in favour of Forest, but I was wrong. Blackburn Rovers opponents this weekend, Bristol City, they managed to hold out for a 1-1 draw against Fulham. I actually saw a 2-1 win for Fulham on this one, so yeah, not too great on that one either. Barnsley, relegation threatened Barnsley up against playoff chasing Cardiff. Big weekend for Cardiff and big weekend for Millwall in the end. They were 2-0 winners over Barnsley. I saw 2 goals in it, but I went to win the other way in favour of Barnsley. So Birmingham's fantastic run came to an end, crashing to an end. 3-1 defeat to Reading at St Andrews. So it was a 3-1 win going in favour of Reading. I went with Birmingham as well. I thought they would continue their win, but no, it's a bubble burst maybe for them. Brentford put 5, that's right, count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals past Gary Monk's Sheffield Wednesday. They on a bit of free fall as well. I actually went with Brentford on this one. Surprise, got that one wrong finally. I'm sorry, got that one right. Charlton lost at home to Middlesbrough. That's right, big result for Middlesbrough and Jonathan Woodgate to keep himself in the job and out of the old drop zone. I actually went with a 1-0 win going in favour of Charlton. As you can see, an absolute terror show for my predictions. Leeds, though, they did beat Huddersfield. I actually went the other way. I thought, in fact, I was going with a draw on this one, 2-2. So I got that one wrong, terribly wrong as well. North End lost at home to QPR, 3-1. Big victory for QPR. They know how to score some goals, don't they? 2-0 for me. I went with Preston. Stoke, though, they put 5 past Hull City in a freestyling victory for them. 5-1 winners. I went with Stoke with a 2-0 win. Swansea City and West Brom duked out to a 0-0 draw. Ball draw. Big point for Swansea, you would think. A couple of points drops maybe for West Brom. They could maybe still be caught in that top 2 race. Brentford and Fulham are the teams that are likely to gather chase. Wigan and Luton end up all square 0-0. I went with a 2-0 win for Wigan and Derby. Yes, let's not talk about it that much. They somehow squeezed past Rovers. 3-0 in the end. Actually with a 2-2 draw. And as you can see, I think I did absolutely terrible. Yeah, horror show. Just the 2 for me, which means I'm in the poop face gang. So, hello. We got Elgin Cow in the house. No Good Drinker. That's my respect to my Patreon brother right there. No Good Drinkers in there. Jack Harvey as well. I do mind I have been off for a while. Imran Kawarara, please say hello, my friend. Can't believe you're really... I'm live, Imran. I am live for your leisure right here. Hopefully on better circumstances, and next time we'll get a full house with your predictions. I'm feeling it today. Feeling it. So let's take a look at how you guys got on. Kelsey Shambangu, one of the coolest names in internet history, did top banana. Well done to Kelsey Shambangu. Noko Drinker, La Patron in the house. He's with me in the shit-faced club. It's all right, brother. It's okay. We are QPR did absolutely terrible as well. Mitchell Schoen did. He's also also a patron, did absolute terrible, but he's okay because he's a patron. We'll let it slide. Okay, did okay this week. Tom Besson, another patron. He was actually not too bad as well this week. So tip top for you, Tom. Kevin Wright, not too shabby as well. Brand Petford with an edit. Credit to him with an. He could have changed his scores and went the other way, but he kept his crappy scores in there, and he ended up in the shit-based gang with me. Miles Austin, not too shabby. Ultra Omamura, did absolutely terrible. Another cool name is Fish Sticks Fortnite. He did all right for himself as well. I'm assuming it's a he. Moving on to Cody Cahoe, another patron in the house. He did absolutely terrible. Let's forget about it. Let's move on to the next one. Yannick Bustler did all right for himself. James Sports in the bus travel North East Yorkshire. Can say that 5 times fast. We'll get to him in a minute. Elliot Gaming did absolutely terrible. Aztec Marky B Mark, another patron, did absolutely terrible. What's with the patrons this week? They did honking. Absolutely honking, except for Tom Beresford. Theo Cobb, not too shabby. Ben Buckley, not too shabby. There's James Sports in the bus travel North East Yorkshire. He did absolutely terrible, just like his super duper long name. Nah, I'm only joking. James Sports. Lucas Jones did all right for himself. And Russell Foss, the patron as well, did absolutely garbage. Is Swansea a banker? We'll have a little look at it. We'll take a little look at this Swansea game in just a second. Let's take a look at the table. This is what it looks like at the moment out in the Championship. Leeds United, 71 points on the board. West Brom are second, 70 points. 6 points adrift is Fulham in third, Brentford fourth, Forest fifth, and Preston off end in 6th spot still. And then it's the chasing pack. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different clubs could get themselves in the top 6 this weekend. Or if Preston North End were victorious, they'll stay where they are. That's all they need to do. But they've got a tough old order this week. Down at the foot of the table, it's Barnsley, Luton, and Charlton go it down. But Hull, free fall. Sheffield Wednesday are in a bit of free fall, but they've got a bit of wiggle room themselves. There shouldn't be too much to worry about. I still think at this moment it's Stoke City downwards are still in the old relegation dogfight. We'll take a closer look at that as we see. Hey, Fish Sticks Fortnite's in here. Yeah, and you did all right as well. Jack Harvey is in the gang as well. So these are the games that we're going to take a look at. Starting off on Friday. It's an all-London affair. It's Fulham up against Brentford. So what are we waiting for? Get your old predictions in the house right here, right now on the old live streams. Let's take a little look at it. So the last 6 encounters between Fulham and Brentford have seen 3 wins for Brentford, 1 win for Fulham, 2 draws along the way. They did play at Griffin Park back in December. It was a 1-0 win for Brentford. Mbembo on the score sheet, part of the BMW, getting on the score sheet for Brentford, 1-0 winners. The last time they played at Craven Cottage was a 1-1 draw. Around about this time last year, or 2 years ago, should I say, it was a 1-1 draw. Mitrovic and Malpe on the score sheet for Brentford. Charlie Anson's got his pick in there. We've got a couple other ones in there as well. Heading into this, Brentford's form is not great. Obviously, they did put 5 past Sheffield Wednesday. Just 1 defeat at the 6, but a lot of draws along the way. They've drawn against Leeds, Birmingham, Rovers, Cardiff along the way, picking up a defeat against Luton and also the win against Sheffield Wednesday. Meanwhile, Millwall head into this on a decent run as well. Just 1 defeat at the past 6, picking up wins against Swansea and Preston, drawing against... sorry, did I say Millwall? I meant Fulham. Fulham's form has been decent. Losing to Barnsley, that's their only blip along the way. A nice little unbeaten run of 4 games heading into this. Fulham have actually drawn their last 3 home matches, though, so their recent home form is a little bit wobbly. The bookmakers go 31-2, so 3-2 in favour of Fulham for the victory. 7-4 is the away win. 9-4 is the draw. A win for Brentford, who are in 4th. They could close the gap to Fulham to just 1 point. A win for Fulham, they could close the gap to West Brom to flipping 7 to just... Oh, mate, you've put me off, LG and Cow. You put me off, but thank you. Thank you, LG and Cow, for the donation. Much respect to LG and Cow for the 99p donation. That's going to sort us out good and proper. So, yeah, win for Fulham could close the gap to just 3 points to West Brom in 2nd, depending on what goes on with them. So let's take a look at it then, shall we? We're going to have a look at Charlie Anson's gone with a 2-1 win for Brentford. Jack Harvey's got the same scoreline. Fish Sticks Fortnite's gone the other way. 2-1 for Fulham. Loco Drinker, La Patron with a 1-1 draw. Cody Cahoe's gone with a 2-1 win for Brentford as well. Okay, with a 2-0 win for Brentford. And LG and Cow's gone with Brentford as well. Will the coronavirus wipe out the entire population? Who knows, brother? Who knows? And Lewis is in the gang. Welcome to the stream, buddy. So the majority of you guys seems to be going with Brentford, I think, the momentum with the guys in the stream. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Fulham, though. They're at home. Oliver Walls, MB's gone with a 1-1 draw as well. So, yeah, big result for either of these two sides to strengthen their playoff boost and maybe even automatics, depending on what goes on next. Next up, we do have a Midlands affair. That's right. It's not going to be plain sailing for West Brom this time around. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at that. West Brom up against Birmingham. Obviously, Birmingham were doing bits in recent times. but they did slip up last time around. But the record between themselves and West Brom sees 5 wins for West Brom, 0 wins for Birmingham, and 1 draw along the way. They did play at St Andrews back in December. It was a 3-2 win for the Baggies. I'm trying to get the goal scorers, and it was Charlie Austin with a brace, Grady Dianganga as well on the score sheet for Albion, Jukowicz and Harley Dean on the score sheet for Birmingham. The last time they played at the Hawthorns, it was also a 5-goal thriller going in favour of West Brom. So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games unbeaten, at least 6 games unbeaten. The last time that Birmingham were victorious over at the Hawthorns was back in 2005. It was a 3-2 win. August 2005 with Emil Heskey with a brace. That's going back a bit. Heading into this, Birmingham actually undefeated in their last 7 away matches in the Championship, so that might be some food for thought. The bookmakers go 7-4 for West Brom, 3-1 is the draw, 9-2 is the away win. Heading into this, Birmingham are in 16th spot, a win away from 13th. Whereas West Brom are second, a win away from going back to the top of the table. What are you thinking about that then, boys? What are you thinking about that? We're going to start with Imran Cabrana has gone with a 2-0 win for Brentford. That's the previous one. Charlie Anson's gone with 2-0 for the Baggies. Lewis gone 4-1 the other way, going in favour of the Brom, it looks like. Jack Harvey's gone with a 5-goal Barnsley, 3-2 wins for West Brom. Charlie Anderson with a 2-0 win for the Baggies. Oliver Wall's gone same scoreline, 2-0. Fishstick Sportline with a 2-2 draw. He's gone with a 1-1 draw. No Code Drinker with a 2-1 win for the Baggies. Lewis with a 2-1 win for the Brom. Jack Harvey says Lewis, Blues are poop, he says. Carl BTW with a 1-1 draw. And looks like LG's Cow's going with a 1-1 draw. I'm reading between the emojis. And Imran Karana's going with a 2-0 win for the Baggies. And Fishstick Fortnite says he likes Blackburn, so he goes up a notch. James Paddock with a 1-1 draw. That's what he hopes for anyway. For me, it's a tough one, this one. I'm going to go with the Baggies on this one. As much as I'd like to see Birmingham put a spanner in the works, I just think their West Brom will have too much in the tank to oust them this time around. I think a nice run Birmingham did, but it ended last time out, and I think they might take another knock today. They'll be fine though. They'll be mid-table at best this season. Next up, we have the game of the weekend, folks. It is taking place right at Ewood Park. It is Blackburn Rovers up against Bristol City. It has got playoff 6-pointer written all over it. There's actually 2 points separate the two sides. Blackburn coming to this 10th. Bristol City coming to this 7th. A win for Rovers. Technically, mathematically, we could go into the playoffs, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll just go with a win myself. I don't know yet if I've gone for the win. I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, the last 6 encounters between the two sides is not pretty reading for Rovers. Just the 1 win at the past 6, 2 draws, and 3 wins for Bristol City. It's actually 1, 2. In fact, we did beat them last time out at their place earlier in the season. Bradley Johnson with a barnstorm, I'm pretty sure of it. Adam Armstrong as well on the score sheet back in the day. However, the last time they played at Ewood Park, it was a 1-0 win for Bristol City. So, yeah, what's going to happen this time? Blackburn are actually undefeated in 13 of the last 14 home matches in the Championship. That defeat was against Fulham. Bristol City have actually failed to win their last 5 matches in the Championship. So they're pretty ropey form at the moment, Bristol City. The last victory was against Derby, which we failed to beat just recently. However, Rovers actually haven't won a game in 4 matches. The last victory was against Charlton back in February. The bookmakers, they might go with Rovers on this one. 90-20 on in favour of Rovers. 12-5 is the draw. 40-5 is the away win. Like I said, a win for Rovers in 10th. We could go up to 6th spot, depending on what goes on with Preston, with Millwall, and of course Cardiff. Those games will have a detrimental effect of where we'll end up. A win for Bristol City. They could also get into the top 6. Let's have a look at what you boys are thinking about my mighty Rovers then, shall we? We're going to start with Cody Cohen in the 1-1 draw with the Baggies. He's also going with a 4-3 winner for Blackburn Rovers, 7-goal Barnsley. Charlie Anderson, I love you, brother. 4-0 win for Blackburn Rovers against Bristol City. Carl BTW with a 3-0 win. I'm hoping that's for Rovers. Oliver Wall's going with a ball draw. Neil Carl BTW. 2-1 win for Rovers. Fishstick Sportline, 3-0 win for Rovers. No Code Drinker has also gone with Rovers. 3-1 in the end. Lewis has gone with a 1-0 win for the Rovers. Imran Karan has gone with a 1-0 win for Rovers as well. Jack Harley's gone with a 2-2 draw. And like the old emojis, this is a new star we're going with here. LG Cow's gone the same scoreline as well. James Paddock with a 1-0 win for Rovers. Do we have terminology for a game that's impossible to predict? Do we have a terminology? Tough. I don't know. Give me something to say. I don't know what can we call an absolute. I don't know. It'll come to me. I don't know. But this one, I'm going to go with Rovers on this one. I usually don't back Rovers because I usually get the egg on my face. But I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Rovers. It might be a 2-0 one, 2-0 lead. Bristol City will get a goal back. It'll be a nervy last 15-20 minutes. But hopefully we'll hold on for the victory. And again, hopefully push us into that top 6. But we've got a lot of ifs, ands and buts and maybes to get in there. Next up, we have Huddersfield up against Wigan. Still at this point, this is a relegation 6-pointer. Huddersfield are 42 points. Wigan are 41 points. Just 2 points clear of that relegation relegation zone. It's not done and dusted down the bottom yet. Heading into this, the last... Whoa, don't look over there, don't look over there. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters sees 3 wins for Huddersfield, 1 win for Wigan, 2 draws along the way. They did play at the DW early in the season, around about December time. It was a 1-1 draw. Josh Windhouse on the score sheet. Carlon Grant on the score sheet for Huddersfield. The last time they played at the DW, or not the DW, at the John Smiths, Kirklees, whatever you want to call it, it was a 2-1 win for Wigan. So it's actually been... well, it's not been back-to-back wins, not been back-to-back, but they did beat Huddersfield the last time they played. That was back in 2016 at their own turf. Reece Burke, Will Shutt on the score sheet, Aaron Moy on the score sheet for Huddersfield. Wigan have actually kept a clean sheet the last 4 matches, and have also Wigan are actually undefeated in the last 6 matches in the Championship. That undefeated run includes draws against Middlesbrough, Cardiff, and Luton, and wins against West Brom, Reading, and Millwall. Whereas Huddersfield coming to this defeat last time out against Leeds, but it's back-to-back wins before that against Bristol City and Charlton. But it's home form on this one, so that's going to persuade me a little bit. The bookmakers are 6-5 for Huddersfield, 23-10 is the draw, 23-10 is also the away win. A win for Wigan in 20th, they could rise to 17th, and a win for Huddersfield in 18th, they could also rise to 17th. We're going to start with, on this puppy, we're going to start with Charlie Anderson's gone with a 0-0 draw. Which he says it's a ball draw. Oliver Walls with a 2-1 win for Wigan. Jack Harvey with a 3-3 draw. Fishnux Fortnight's gone with a 1-1 draw. Elgin Cow with a 0-0 draw. Noko Jungle with a 3-2 win for Huddersfield. Carl BTW with a 2-0 win for Huddersfield. Cody Cahoe has gone with an absolute 12-goal Barnsley in favour of Wigan. Imran Karana, Huddersfield is a better team. 2-1 win he's gone with. James Paddock with a 2-0 win for Huddersfield as well. And Lewis has gone 2-0 win the other way for Wigan. Wigan are on a good bit of form at the moment. Honestly, though, I'd like to see them get relegated, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think, though, Huddersfield, if I can get to it, will win this one 2-0 in the end to shade it and give themselves a big old boost. They're a good old side, and I think next season, as long as they survive this season, which I think they will do, they'll be competing once again for playoffs next season. Moving on to one team that's an absolute free fall. It's Hull City. That's right. They're taking on Charlton in a relegation 6-pointer for sure. Charlton enter this match in the drop zone. Wigan, Hull are just above them, 2 points clear at the moment. But it's absolute chaos for Hull City at the moment. I don't even know when their last victory was. I'm going to try and bring it up here. Their last victory has been a while since it was obviously in the January transfer window. So the back end of that, I'm pretty sure their fixtures. I'm going all the way back, folks, all the way back. Their last positive point was the 4-4 draw against Swansea. Their last victory was in the FA Cup. It was a 3-2 win over Rotherham back in the FA Cup back on the 4th of Jan. They've lost against Fulham, Derby, Chelsea in the Cup, Huddersfield, Brentford put 5 past them. They drew with Reading, lost to Rovers, drew with Swansea, lost to Preston, lost to Barnsley, lost to Leeds, and lost to Stoke. It's absolute bedlam for Hull City at the moment. Are they going to get a win against also relegation threatened Charlton? There's 3 defeats on the spin for them. This could be the game, folks. This could be the game that it turns around. Charlton have actually failed to score in their last 3 matches in the Championship, and also have lost 6 of the last 7 away matches. Hull also lost 6 of the last 7 away matches as well. The bookmakers go with, on this one, 30-10 for Hull. They are favourites to win this game. 5-2 is draw. 19-10 is the away win. A win for Charlton could see them leapfrog Hull, Wigan, Middlesbrough, and possibly even all the way up to 17th spot Stoke. Same could be said for Hull. If they're victorious, they could go as high as 17th. What are we thinking about that bad boy then? We're going to start with, if I can get you moving, we're going to start with, where did we start with? Oliver Walls has gone with a 1-0 win for Charlton. Jack Harvey's gone. I don't know what that is. What is that? 5-0 win for Charlton, it looks like. Charlie Anderson with a 2-1 win for Charlton as well. Fishdicks Fortnight's on a 10-goal thriller, 5-5 apiece. Noko Drinker with a 2-0 win for Charlton. Fishdicks Fortnight 1-0 win to Sheffield Wednesday. That's wherever that is. Cody Coase with a 5-2 win. That's the 7-goal Barnsley in favour of Charlton. Ivan Karana has gone with a 1-1 draw. And Lewis Hull with a 3-0 win for Charlton. So most of these going with Charlton. I don't think I see anything for Hull City, except for me. I think I've gone with Hull. No, I haven't. I've gone with a draw. That's right. All square in the end, which will keep their winless run going, and also not do the world of good for Charlton. They need to win this game if they are. This is a must-win game for both of these sides if they're going to avoid relegation. Another team relegation threatening is Luton up against playoff chasing Preston, they duke it out this Saturday as well. The last 6 encounters see 2 wins for Luton, 4 wins for Preston. They did play at Deepdale early in the season. It was a 2-1 win going in favour of North End. Gallagher and Stockley on the score sheet. James Collin from the penalty spot. Hello, Jesus God is in the house. Yes, that's right. They did play at Kenilworth Road the last time around. That was back in 2006. It was a 2-0 win for the Hatters. Heading into this, Preston have actually lost their last 3 matches and actually conceded 2 goals in those last 3 matches as well. So Preston not looking the greatest. Luton are actually probably, no, they're not favourites. 11-5 to be victorious against Preston. 12-5 is the draw. 6-5 is the away win. Welcome K41 in the stream. A win for Luton, who are in 23rd spot. They will close the gap to just 1 point to be level with Charlton 22nd. So it's must-win territory for Luton, really. Preston need to win to maintain their top 6 spot. A defeat or a draw could see them drop out of it at the expense of another team. Well, we're going to start with, on this soccer, we're going to start with Jack Harvey. Did you? No, I think Jack Harvey might have gone with a 5-0 win for Charlton and Hull. I don't know. Oliver Walls has gone with a 3-0 win for North End. Charlie Anson's gone 3-1 win for the Hatters. K41 with a 1-1 draw. Noko Drink with a 2-2 draw. Fishnicks Fortnite with a 2-0 win for Preston. Danny Klinger with a 1-1 draw. This is our year. Come on, Leeds. That's Jamie Slack. Jack Harvey's actually gone with a 3-1 win for the Nobbers away from home. For me, I think I've actually gone with Preston as well. Too much to my dismay. They'll pick up an away win, and that means they will stay in the top 6 for this weekend. Next up, we have Middlesbrough up against Swansea. Again, top of the table and bottom of the table affected at this one. Must-win games for both sides as they compete for different agendas. Cody Coe's gone with a 0-0 draw on that last one. The last 6 encounters between Middlesbrough and Swansea have ended up 1 win for Borough, 3 wins for Swansea, 2 draws along the way. Imran Karana's gone with a 1-1 win for Luton in the past one. So they did play at the Liberty earlier in the season, back in Wales. It was a 3-1 win for Swansea, with a brace. Sam Surridge on the score sheet. Middlesbrough actually had 2 players sent off in that last match against Swansea. Brown and McNair getting sent off. Marcus Chavinier on the score sheet for Borough. The last time they played at Borough was a 0-0 draw back in 2018. So yeah, it's been a while since the last victory. You've got to go back to 2016 for Middlesbrough's last victory over Swansea. It was a 3-0 win in the Premier League, might I add. Heading into this, though, Middlesbrough actually not too shabby form, but it's not too great either. Just 1 win in the past 6 in all competitions. Whereas Swansea, same sort of scoreline, same sort of form, 1 win in the past 6, but they've only lost once as well. They've drawn too many games for their liking, drawing against West Brom, Blackburn, Hull, and of course QPR way back at the start of Feb. Heading into this, Middlesbrough actually failed to win their last 6 matches at home, but Swansea have actually failed to win their last 7 away matches as well. Smells like a draw, if I'm honest with you. The bookmakers 13-10, 12-5 is the draw, 2-1 is the away win. Smells like a draw. Are you guys with me on a draw? Or are you going to go on your own bat? We've got Oliver Walls with a 2-1 win for Borough. K41 with a 1-0 win for Borough. Jack Harvey with a 1-0 win for Swansea. Loco Drinkers going with a 1-0 win for Swansea as well. Charlie Anson 3-0 win for Borough. Well, what's their nickname then? Have they have a nickname? I don't even know what their nickname is. No, I don't know. Danny Klinger, the 2-1 win for Middlesbrough. Fishnicks 4-9 with a 4-0 win for Borough. And Leighton Donovan, welcome to the stream, brother. 2-1 win for Borough. And I think I've also gone with, I don't know, have I gone with a draw? I've gone with Borough. I went with a 2-0 win in the end. I think this will be massive for them. Maybe I'm just reading it with my blue and white halved glasses and hope for the best for Rovers, that the chasing pack slip further away, and maybe I'm just giving Jonathan Woodgate the benefit. Same situation, I think, for Borough. I think if they stick around this season, next season, they'll be up there. They'll be in the top 10, maybe even pushing for playoffs next season. Let me just give you a rundown on that. A win for Swansea, who are in 11th. They could also mathematically get in the old playoffs, and a win for Borough in 19th spot. They could go as high as 17th. Just want to bring you up to date with that one. Next up, we have Millwall up against Derby. And again, 2 teams battling for the playoffs at the moment. Obviously, Derby a little bit further afield than everybody else, but a win for them this weekend could get them right back in the conversation. But they're taking on Millwall, who are on the cusp of the playoffs at the moment, 54 points at the moment, with only 1 defeat at the past 6. The last 6 encounters sees 3 wins for Millwall, 1 win for Derby, 2 draws along the way. They played at Pride Park early in the season, around about December time. It was a 1-0 win for Millwall. Tom Bradshaw on the score sheet. The last time they played at the Den, it was a 2-1 win going for Millwall. Jake Cooper, Sean Williams, and David Nugent on the score sheet. That was back in August 2018. Heading into this, Millwall's last defeat was against Wigan back in the end of Feb, whereas Derby head into this, their last defeat in all competitions was against Manchester United 3-0, but they did lose to QPR at the back end of February as well, 2-1 at Loftus Road. Millwall have actually drawn their last 3 home matches. And Derby have actually scored at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 away matches. So could be a goal-scoring bonanza, maybe a 3-2 win for Millwall, or maybe a 2-2 draw, something like that. 21-20 is the odds for a Millwall victory. 23-10 is the draw. 30-5 is the away win. A win for Millwall. They will go in the playoff spots, 57 points. A win for Derby. They will leapfrog everybody and go to 8th, possibly, depending on what goes on elsewhere. While you guys put in your predictions, I can have a sip of my brew. And let's take a look at it. So we'll have it. Whoa, my goodness gracious. Some crazy predictions here. Satan Devil. God, he's changing his name left, right, and centre. But a 7-goal 3. That must be Cody Cahoe. Is it Cody Cahoe doing name changes on the fly? 7-3 win in favour of Middlesbrough. Charlie Answer's gone with I'm just going to say, a 2-0 win for Millwall. He's gone with a crazy scoreline there against Wayne Rooney's 11. K41 with a 2-1 win for Millwall. Satan Devil once again with an 11-goal Barnsley, a 6-5 win in favour of Millwall. Oliver Moles with a 2-2 draw. Fishstick Sport, another crazy scoreline. 10-0 win for Millwall. Everybody hates Derby, looks like. Leighton Donovan, 1-1 draw. Jack Harvey has gone with a 3-2 win for Derby. What do you think of Arsenal City game being cancelled? I think it's for the right cause at the moment, Danny Klinger. They just need to get ahead of this coronavirus. Noko Dringer with a 2-1 win for Millwall. Danny Klinger with a 1-0 win for Derby. Fishstick Fortnite, 10-0 win because it will be revenge for Derby beating Blackburn. That's right, brother. Cody Cahoe, there he is. 3-2 win for Derby. And Imran Karana has gone with a 2-1 win for Derby. And OK has gone with a 2-2 draw. That'll bring up to date with the chat predicts. I'm going to go with a cheeky 1-0 win for Millwall. Did they? The little cheeky bastards, eh? So I've gone for the 1-0 win for Millwall, which will strengthen Millwall's playoff ambitions, and it'll dent Derby's very, very massively. Next up, we have QPR, mid-table QPR up against relegation-threatened Barnsley. Big game, this one. Obviously, QPR can score goals. I've seen them put 4 past Stoke not too long ago. They put 3 past Preston away from home and scoring back-to-back 2 goals as well. So they are free scoring as they are. The last 6 encounters between themselves and Barnsley sees 3 wins for QPR. 2 wins for Barnsley and 1 draw along the way. They played out Oakwell early in the season. It was an 8-goal thriller. 5-3 winners for Barnsley. Chaplin with a hat-trick. Woodrow and Diaby on the score sheet for Barnsley. Amos with a brace, and Cher get a 3rd goal for QPR. The last time they played at Loftus Road, or whatever they call it these days, was the 1-0 win for QPR. Josh Scowen on the score sheet. Ryan Manning getting himself sent off on that occasion. QPR actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches and are actually undefeated in the last 6 matches in the Championship. The bookmakers, they go with on this one 10-11 on in favour of QPR. 5-2 draw. 3-1 is the away win. Win for QPR, who may even still be in the playoff push. You never know. Their win could get them into the top 10. Barnsley are in free fall at the moment, 24th spot at the moment, but a win could get them above Luton into 23rd spot. It's back-to-back defeats for Barnsley, so it's going to be a tall order. Welcome, Mitchell Schoen is in the house, Patreon in the house. Respect to my brother Oliver Walls has gone with a 1-0 win for Barnsley. OK's got a 5-1 win for QPR. Cody Coe with a 4-0 win for QPR. Danny Klinger with a 4-1 win for QPR. Matt CCFC Gamers has gone with a 2-1 win. Welcome to the stream. Jack Harvey with a 0-0 draw. Fishnick's 4-0 with a 1-0 win for Barnsley. Matt CCFC has given Mitchell a big old welcome. 3-2 win for Barnsley. That's Mitchell's prediction. Noko Drinker with a 2-0 win for Barnsley. K41, 2-0 win for QPR. Imran Karana has gone with a 1-0 win for QPR. That's right, so that will be a big win for them. And again, it could push them into the playoff discussion. A last-minute surge up the table. That's what they always say. A team from out of nowhere. I'm going with a 2-0 win for QPR as well. Much to my better judgment, I'm going to give it to them. 2-0 winners, and that could push them as high as 10th above Rovers. Well, maybe not, because the goal difference they need a bit of a goal swing to do that. Next up, we have Reading, another team who could make a late push. It might be too little too late for Reading. And Stoke, though, still in the relegation discussion despite 4 games without a defeat. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters see 0 wins for Reading, 2 wins for Stoke, 4 draws along the way. They've drawn the past 3 games. The last victory was back in 2013 when both of these 2 sides were in the Premier League. It was a 2-1 win going in favour of Stoke at the Bet365. Robert Huth and Cameron Jerome on the score sheet for Stoke. Manny Appa on the score sheet for Reading. The last time, in fact, when was the last time there was anyone's victory at the Majewski? It was actually back in 2006 in the Championship. Reading did beat Stoke 3-1 with the goal scorers on that way. Steve Sidwell, Kevin Doyle and John Halls. Adam Rooney on the score sheet for Stoke. That was back in 2006. That was the last time Reading were victorious over Stoke City. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds, I don't know them because it's Stoke. We just don't know about Stoke. But a win for Stoke in 17th could move them a little bit closer to 16th spot. It could put them at 45 points if they are victorious. Reading are in 14th spot, currently 6 points above Stoke. A win for Reading could push them up above Derby, depending on goal difference and all that kind of good stuff. Their form is actually okay at the moment. Back-to-back wins for Reading. Could it be at the right time or could it be at the wrong time? We're going to start with on this little bad boy. Where did we end it? Did we end it? We did Imran Karana with the 1-1 win for QPR. Oliver Walls has gone with a 3-2 win for Reading. He's rooting on the Reading boys. Mitchell Schoen has gone with a 3-0 win for Stoke. K41 with a 3-0 win for Reading. Jack Harvey with a 1-1 draw. Fishsticks Fortnite with a 2-0 win for Stokies. Noco Drinker with a 0-0 draw. Danny Klinger has gone with a 2-1 win for Reading. My friend says Stoke to win 1-0. Imran Karana. And Dominic Thomas says up the bloomin' Royals. That's what they say. I'd like to see a Reading win, and I've gone with it. I've gone with a 2-1 win for Reading, and that will give them a mid-table boost and push Stoke further to the trapdoor, and they could even still be in that relegation dogfight. Will one of the big boys go down? That's the question. Will one of the likes of Huddersfield, Stoke, Middlesbrough? Woo! It's gone all dark in here. And will one of them big bad boys go down? And will there be a surprise package going into the playoffs? We'll have to see. The season is just getting more exciting and more exciting. Dominic Thompson with a 1-1 draw. Next up, we have Sheffield Wednesday, who are also in free fall, up against Nottingham Forest, who just cannot get their season. They don't know which way they're going to go. They don't know which. Is it going to be cancelled with the coronavirus? Who knows what's going on with Forest at the moment? But anyway, Sheffield Wednesday, their form is pretty terrible. Just 1 win in the past 6. Do you think you can still make the playoffs? Me, personally, as in myself, no. Rovers, maybe. They need to win this game. They need to win Saturday, and then they've got a couple of winnable games up on the horizon. So win this one, and we might have a conversation, a serious conversation to think about it. But anyway, we're talking about Sheffield Wednesday against Forest. The last 6 encounters between these two sides sees 5 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, just the 1 win for Forest. That 1 win was back in 2018 at the City Ground. Sheffield Wednesday did beat Forest earlier in the season, around about December time. It was a 4-0 win. Excuse me. 4-0 win. Who was on the score sheet? Of course, the legend. It is. Once a Rover, always a Rover. Jordan Rose puts 3 past. It was a first half hat trick. 3-0 win. 3 goals for Jordan Rose. Stephen Fletcher wrapped it up to make it 4-0. And that was it. Game over. And the last time they played at Hillsborough, it was a 3-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Marco Mathias with a brace and Georgie Boyd. That was back in 2019. Sheffield Wednesday actually failed to win the 9 of the last 10 matches in the Championship. The bookies, they go with on this game. This is the last of the Saturday games. It's 27-20 in favour of Sheffield Wednesday. 9-4 is the draw. 2-1 is the away win. Let's have a look at what you guys are thinking of this. Hang on. Before we get there, a win for Sheffield Wednesday in 15th. Could push them up to 12th. A win for Forest in 5th. They could go as high as 4th. You are going to be dealt with by top men, he says. Okay, so we're going to start with, on this bad boy, we're going to start with Matt CCFC Gamers with a 2-1 win. He's going in favour of Sheffield Wednesday. That's what I'm thinking. Where else are we? We are Mitchell Schoen with a 3-2 win for the Owls. Fishsticks Fortnite with a 1-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Noco Drink with a 3-1 win for Forest. Jack Harvey with a 2-0 win for Forest. Dominic Thomas with a 2-1 win for Forest as well. K41, 2-0 win to the Scabs. That means to Sheffield Wednesday, I believe. I'm not too sure. Matt CCFC Gamers 6-0 win for Forest over Wednesday. You're going to be dealt with by top man. 3-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Imran Karana has gone with a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Danny Klinger 3-1 win for Forest. Who will win the Champions League? We'll talk about that in a second. Dominic Thomas is playing catch up. He's got them all in there for you. And what do you go for Rovers? He went with the draw. So, for me, I'm going to side with, I think I've gone a draw maybe on this one. 2-2 draw. Yeah, all square in the end, which is not really going to benefit anybody. Sheffield Wednesday seem to be stuck in mid-table. I don't think they're going to go down. And Forest, right now, this could be a bit of a banana skin for them. If they fail to get any points here, they could end up scrapping for their lives for one of the last remaining playoff spots. Into the final game of the weekend, it's Cardiff, who are just outside the playoff spots, up against Leeds, who are top of the table at the moment. We're going to start with these bad boys to take a look at the last 6 encounters. Sees 3 wins for Cardiff, 2 wins for Leeds, and 1 draw along the way. They did play at Ellen Road back in December. It was a 3-3 draw. Sean Morrison getting himself a goal and sent off. Lee Tomlin and Glatzel on the score sheet in a very, very late bit of drama there. Leeds actually 3-0 up in this game with Patrick Bamford with a brace, held Acosta as well. The last time they played at over in Wales, it was a 3-1 win for Cardiff. That's right, Zohore with a brace, and ex-Rover Junior Hoylett. Kemar Roof on the score sheet for Leeds. Liam Cooper getting himself sent off. In fact, the past 3 games between these two sides have seen a red. In fact, tell a lie. The past 5 of the past 6 games between these two sides, there's been at least 1 red card. Goodness gracious me, that is absolute craziness. So there's a bit of animosity between these two sides. Obviously, you can call this the Neil Warnock derby. I'm sure he did manage Leeds at one stage. Leeds have actually kept a clean sheet in their last 5 matches and have also won the last 5 matches as well. So they'll be fancying their chances to doing one over Cardiff this time around. Taking place on Sunday, 7-2 is the victory for Cardiff. 4-3 on in favour of Leeds for the away win. 13-5 is the draw. A win for Cardiff could see them from 9th go into the playoffs at number 6. A win for Leeds could extend their lead at the top of the table to 4 points, depending on what goes on elsewhere. But they could also be 2nd if they are to suffer a defeat. We're going to start with on this one. Oh, Scabs of Forest. My bad. You're going to be dealt with a top man. 3-2 win for Cardiff. Lewis has gone with a 2-0 win for Leeds. Dominic Thomas with a 1-1 draw. Noko Drinko with a 2-1 win for Leeds. Mitchell Schoen with a 3-3 draw. Leeds go 3 up and screw it up just again. Jack Harvey with a 3-3 draw as well. K41 with a 1-0 win for Leeds. Fishsticks 49 with a 2-1 for Leeds. Danny Kling with a 5-0 win for Leeds. Imran Karan has gone with the Cardiff 2-0 victory. Jamie Slack with a 2-0 wins for Leeds. And Jack Harvey is out of the house. Thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate that. For me, I'm going to end it with a 3-1 win for Leeds, and that will keep them top of the table. And again, it'll keep the chasing pack in the top 6 wide open, folks. It'll be wide open. This is what the table would look like if all my predictions were to come on in. Leeds would lead the way by 1 point over West Brom. Fulham will be keeping up the pace in 3rd spot, 67 points. Forest will be slipping up a little bit, 61 points. Brentford in 5th with 60 points. Preston will be in 6th with 59 points, and the chasing pack will still be breathing down their necks. Millwall, Rovers, Bristol City, and Cardiff not too far away. Down the bottom will be Barnsley, Luton and Charlton. No change at the bottom, and it'll still be anybody's guess who is going down. But that, my friends, is pretty much all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel, whether it's FIFA, whether it's predictions, whether it's Rovers, whatever it is. We've got it all here under one roof. Also, be sure to check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. Twitter, trying to boost me off following on that. And of course, trying to get new patrons. If you want to become a patron of the channel, there is a link down in the old description down below. Patreon.com/Roverseas. You become a member of the VIP exclusive gang. There's perks and privileges depending on what tier you go for. All kinds of stuff available to you, and just the pleasure of seeing a smile on my face, and also the back history of being a part of the cogs behind the system to pushing this channel up another level. So, yeah, so we go again, folks. Matchday 38 just around the corner. Then it's Matchday 39. Any other questions? I think somebody asked who's going to win the Champions League. Bayern is a good shout. I think Bayern look good at the moment. Manchester City are also in there, but if they've got to get past Real Madrid, I think that could be a banana skin. Juventus, I think they might be too weak. Liverpool could still be in it, but depending on what goes on today. I'd like to see how far Atalanta go as well. If they get a favourable draw, they could be in the semi-finals. If Atalanta get to the semi-finals, I think they might have it in the tank. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Be sure to bang the thumbs up and bang the subscribe. I'm going to get ready for work. Until then, I'll see you next time. I've got a live show coming up on Friday for Europa League second leg, so check that sucker out. The time will be around about this, similar to this, maybe a little bit later. But anyway, until then, I'm off.